Hey everybody, so welcome back to the real Gray Mouser and the Tom and Jerry show. I don't know, it's been fun. So where we last left off, we found out that you don't shoot undead apparitions that are coming at you. It's a bad thing to do. And Ziggy is currently being troughed upon by a apparition, and we're gonna pick up there. So let's go ahead and say hello to all the players. There are Asian brethren across the pond over there. Do they still say cross the pond? Is that still a thing? Yeah. All right, let me
You say it.
all right, I say it all the time. Hold on, I'm having issues with you guys not being heard. Properties, default. Try. Okay, give me a sound check. No, that's not it. Again? No, that's not it. Again? Cream. What? All right, try again.
Oh, joke.
There we go. There we go. Got it now.
Rock and roll.
Right, it's a 2,000 kilometer pond. It's a huge pond, right?
It's a big pond.
It is a big pond. Actually, we're on the wrong map. We'll go to the combat map real quick. Here we go. So we have Ziggy the Quick. Hi, Ziggy. How are you?
Not too bad. I am out of print GM on virtually all the social medias. So, hi.
We have Braun, and I've got to fix your nameplate. So I'll put that on my checklist there. This is a freelance blitzer, right? On the top.
Wrong again.
Yeah.
Freelancer Blitz.
Freelancer blitz.
Yeah.
I like the other one, freelance blitzer.
Makes me sound like a reindeer.
How would we even do that? Blitzer, freelance blitzer. And then finally we have Tahir, who is also an amazing creator on TikTok. And by the way, if you're not following him, you need to go follow him on TikTok. You need to follow all three of them on TikTok. Additionally, on DM's Guild. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. He is part of a. You have that link available there, Plot?
Yeah, I can send it over. I'll drop it in chat.
Yeah, drop it in chat. He is part of a group of individuals who put together an amazing little adventure booklet, I would say. Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, I think so.
Let you go ahead with that.
It's combination of adventures and attractions because they're bringing out While Beyond the Witchlight, and this is Fae themed adventures and attractions, and one of my plots in there, and that link that I've just dropped into chat, if anybody's interested, is a discount link, so you get about $3 off your purchase. I think it is.
Don't know if that is still working though.
It should be. I don't think it should work for the first 50 people.
First 50, because I know I got it. Let's see here. I think that was in. Drop that into our Discord real quick, because it doesn't like the fact that your link is like all stars.
Yeah.
It's like no.
No, I can't be trusted. I can't be trusted to send you things. That makes sense. I shouldn't be trusted. Discord. Where's the Discord going? There you go. I'll just stick it in general.
Yeah, that's fine.
Here you go.
I will grab that and we'll stick it in the chat. So definitely go pick this up. It's done by some incredibly awesome TikTokers. I think most of them are all TikTokers, aren't they?
A lot of them. I think there's a couple of people off Twitter in there, but the vast majority are TikTokers. So it's been a very TikTok-related piece of work.
And it was
I think
produced by VH or VJH or VHJ.
VJH Creations.
Creations. So definitely go pick it up. Give them a follow on TikTok and support the local creators. Instead of giving Watsy all your money. I'm not against Watsy, just don't give them all your money. So where we last left off, let me zoom in on this map. That's probably too close. We had a small Ziggy being hit upon in a physical sense by an apparition. And it ended up in this situation because it appeared in one location. Ziggy kind of, I don't know, did Ziggy freak out? I think Ziggy freaked out.
He was expecting something else, like something more physical coming through the door.
And shot this entity. And the entity didn't know what to do for a second. Then Tahir kind of stepped in the way, like, I'm going to protect you, Ziggy. And it looked around Tahir at Ziggy and then just went right after Ziggy. And Ziggy has decided that he's going to, I don't know what he's attempting to do, but this is
I
where
had
we're
a
going
cunning plan. I had
You've
a
got a
cunning
cun-
plan, and
does
it
that-
failed.
Does that include dying?
No, that's
Okay.
not the cunning part.
That's not the cunning part. Okay. All right.
Funny.
So we had left off on. We'll start off with Ziggy. Ziggy, because of what you're being hit with, you are going to have to make some additional checks real quick.
Okie dokie.
I hope that this doesn't. Well, you're not going to die. You may go unconscious, but you got Tahir there. You're not going to die, right, Tahir?
I've got so little spell energy left, but I will try my best.
All right, so let's do this. Okay, you're going to have to make Braun. When I get to you, you're going to have to make some checks. Tahir, you're on deck. So let's see here. Make a willpower check, Ziggy, at a TS of 3, because she is now screaming in your ear in an unholy wail of why. Why did you do that? Why?
Okay. So, because of my current level of injuries,
Well, so willpower checks, the level of injuries do not affect attribute checks.
good.
And they wouldn't affect mental, really mental. They might affect physical, but this is a mental. It's a willpower.
Well, using the dice roller in Owlbear Rodeo, I've rolled a 70.
Ugh! All right.
With an
so-
attribute with a willpower of 78.
All right. Well, 78. So you needed at least a 48 to get. All right.
Isaac.
So you're going to suffer. Well, not too bad. 16 health damage.
He had 3.
That's me to 0.
Well, he's okay. So this is interesting. You guys have never experienced this. Let me go ahead and finish doing the fatigue damage, and you're going to suffer 11 fatigue damage. Now, in Legends of Kralis, when you hit 0, you don't die. It's not like death that you're used to. What happens is now you get to make a holding 0. How many points are you in negative health?
How much damage did you say I took?
16.
16. So take 9 off that. That means I have 7. I am negative 7.
All right, so you're negative 7. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need, since it's your first time and you're not that badly into negative health, you have to make a stamina check straight up. If you fail, you pass out and are unconscious and are bleeding, which will be 10 points per turn. You don't really die until you reach your stamina score in negative health. That gives people the opportunity, like, to hear, to try to rush in and stop your bleeding. So go ahead and make a stamina check to make sure you're still up. And when you're still up,
Using the dice roller, I got a 47.
I think that's above your stamina.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's above your
With
stamina. I mean, it's below your stamina.
Stamina of 61. Yes.
Yeah, easily. So you're still up, and she's still screaming in your ear, but you can feel this negative energy. And since you're not really bleeding, it's more of this negative energy draw. You can feel your soul being ripped from your corporeal body as this is occurring.
He's
And
just going to crawl into a ball and cover his massive mouse-like ears as best
pulls
he
him
can.
down around his head like he does.
Yeah.
And tries to just do that. Yeah, you do that the best, and it's not even muffling the screaming that is echoing in your mind. And Ziggy, since that is on your turn, you have one turn that you have one action you can do something. Is that what you're going to spend doing?
Try and crawl away from the screaming lunatic.
Okay.
You consider trying to apologize. I know it's like a social role, isn't it? So it might not be affected by your negatives.
Well, it is a skill attempt in the sense that it is a skill. But if you want to apologize, it depends on what you want to do. Do you want to try to convince her that you're apologizing, or do you just want to apologize?
I think with Ziggy's mindset, it's more he's wanting to get away from it, and he's going to crawl as fast as he can crawl away from the scream
Right. We will allow you to begin moving
towards
Ooh,
Tahir.
who did we lose? We lost Freelancer. He'll be back.
Still there, just, dodgy webcam.
Bloody webcam. There we
There
go.
we go.
You know what? Anything that I earn in points or things this week, I will donate to you getting a new camera, so you can actually do some awesomeness there.
I
So
get paid tomorrow. I might just invest.
you can crawl away, but it's at half your movement. What's your total movement? I think it's 10 feet.
Movement, it's there you go, 10.
Yeah. So as you start to crawl away, you can still feel the entity attached to you. Here, what are you doing?
I can't afford to both run and heal.
No, you cannot.
So-
Not at this point.
I am going to be moving. How many squares is it again? My
well,
movement is 25.
And so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can see what's going on. So you're approximately here's the measuring sticky thingy. You're approximately 45 feet away from him. I don't know if you can see
Okay.
that. About 45 feet away from him.
45 feet. Okay, I need him to get within 15 feet.
Why?
Because then I can invoke the Divine Presence and turn undead.
Oh, is it a 15-foot radius?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. All right.
I'm crawling.
He's crawling. He may not make the next turn, but he's crawling. All right, and then Braun. Braun, you are now within her range. Make a willpower check at a TS5 because of the heroic appearance that this entity is appearing to you. Get back there, Ziggy. You can't move there yet. What are you doing?
Sorry. I thought I was crawling.
You are crawling on your turn.
Oh, I do apologize.
No worries. I'm teasing. It's in your attributes, first page.
6 successes.
You got 6 successes, so you needed 5. So you do not suffer. You feel you can tell how horrific this being is and this entity is, but you're not horrified by it.
Isn't a critical success, is it?
No, not on an attribute check
5
like
is
that.
not.
It would be an ot 5. Yeah, your weapons though
Yeah,
have a
of
different
Yeah.
ability on that. So you're not horrified. What do you want to do?
Okay, I am going to try this. Where is it? My terrifying howl. I know it's not going to do anything to maybe affect her willpower.
Here's what I'll do. If you critically on this howl, I'm going to ask you to do a stamina check for how intense your howl is. If you get an ot 1 through ot 5, I will make this entity. This entity will have to make its own willpower check against your howl to see if it becomes afraid.
Okay, the whole idea is more to get its attention, to try
Right.
and maybe get it to come to me and leave Ziggy alone, as opposed to, get it to run away or whatever it does.
So basically, you wanted to turn
Those
your
are
attention
penalties.
on you,
Pretty
attack
much,
it,
yeah.
and see what happens.
Oh,
Howls.
it's 10. Bang
10.
on 10. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you definitely emit a terrifying howl, so much so that while here is used to you howling, this howl kind of even stutters here as this screeching howl comes from the depths of your soul. The entity stops swirling around Ziggy for a moment, and you can see this figure of this horrific woman, this haggish like woman, looking at you for a moment, and then back into this whirling vortex around Ziggy.
Okay. I'm gonna go and swing for her then. I'll move up and swing for her. Can I
Yep, absolutely.
sort of step in between?
Well,
her and
it's
Ziggy?
not so much that you can step in between, because this entity is from what you know from what Tahir said, that it's an apparition. That means that Ziggy is literally engulfed in this grayish, translucent white essence, and you can just see this crackling energy just kind of being absorbed from Ziggy as this is occurring. So you can't separate Ziggy and the creature. If you critically fail, you will hit Ziggy.
I may have a move one.
I'm sorry, say again,
Okay.
Braun?
Okay, I will instead pick Ziggy up
and run with me like a
run.
football.
Pretty much, yeah. Pick him up. Come with me if you want to live.
Braun Schwarzenegger.
Also, a huge thank you to Seeker, who just redeemed a heroic luck bonus for Ziggy.
Oh, look at that, Ziggy! You get a heroic luck bonus on the next next attempt.
Thank you.
All right,
Phil,
so-
thank you very much.
1.6 K channel points, but I'm not doing it because last time I did, you just told me I cheated. So.
What did you? It's not giving me the opportunity. What did you reply? Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, it doesn't for some reason. I've got to fix my bot. For some reason, it's really like hardcore prison rules. Like you're not allowed to do that. I got to figure out why it's doing that. I don't understand. All right, so Braun, how far do you want to move? Go ahead and move your character. So you moved from here, so 5, 10, 15, 20. You can maybe move 5 feet back and try to drag Ziggy with you.
I will do that, and then can I spend fatigue to move further?
Sure, you can.
Would it be an action to double move?
I will let you. Well, it's still an action, still using your move action, but I'll allow you to spend the fatigue points. I think it's 10 for you to make it all the way back to here with Ziggy. Unless you want to do a full-on sprint and run all the way to Tahir.
I will run to Tahir.
All right, so that's going to cost you 20 fatigue. You make it to Tahir. Tahir, make a willpower check, TS5. As suddenly you feel the negative essence of this creature being brought to you, carrying at you.
Yep. Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one. I didn't fail, but I only got like 2 successes.
Yeah, you failed.
Yeah.
On this. All right, so you're going to suffer a minus 25 to your next skill check.
Okay.
It's for the rest of the encounter, as long as you're dealing with this entity. So anything that you do is going to it's a minus 25 to your skill check.
I need to essentially crit on a divine knowledge in order to invoke the divine presence now.
Well,
because it's minus 25, so that puts it down to 30.
Right. So yeah, you're going
And then
to.
I need 2 successes in order to actually successfully turn undead. So
Yeah.
that's going to be interesting.
And is that the end of your turn, Braun? I mean,
Unless I can have a go at hitting it.
you know at this point, no. Used your full action to pick him up. Your move action, double move action, triple move action to get back to Tahir. So
Oh no, I misread that.
Tahir, it is your turn.
I am going to be using my move action to invoke the divine presence. I need to make a divine knowledge check, and they need to make a divine defense at TS of 2. And if they have a wits or intelligence score of more than 65, they can attempt to break the turning at the end of each game turn. If that makes sense.
Yep.
Well, it does make sense. You wrote it. And it doesn't cost me fatigue to
No
do
fatigue
that.
or anything. This is just you reaching out to LL, summoning LL's power,
Yeah.
and see how well LL likes you, I guess.
Roll under 30.
Well, under 30, man.
19.
19. Brilliant. What do
Yes.
you say?
I reach deep in, like, I'm in this horrible place, but my friend is in danger, and I reach deep into that part of myself where my connection with the divine rests, and I put forward my hand, which glows with a gentle light, and I say, "Begone, creature, and leave my friend in peace." as the light grows more intense. Let's just hope it works.
This the entity that's swirling around Ziggy, it's it's almost been like a blur of this gray white translucent mist, right? And it starts to slow, and as you begin to utter these words, your hand gets more and more brilliant. It starts to almost blind everybody, and in a shriek, this creature howls at you, and almost as though she or it is attempting to curse you back, and it flees from you, moving through Ziggy, through Braun. Braun, make a willpower check. TS, just a willpower check.
78.
Out of
I have a willpower of 75, so
you feel this intense cold blast through you as it passes through you, and you suffer 12 points of cold damage as it hits through you. Tahir, make a willpower check.
Mm-hmm. No, fail.
You suffer 12 points of cold damage as it blasts through you, and then it disappears.
Mm-hmm.
would that be absorbed by my armor or my natural armor?
No, this is an attack of essence. It's not like a physical defense or anything like that you could have stopped. It's blasting through you, and as it's doing so, it's leaving parts of itself in you, and that's the cold damage. All right, well, that is that. Ziggy, make a stamina check at the top of this turn to see if you either pass out or stay standing. And it's going to be a stamina check at TS2.
Well, that's a roll of 60. With a stamina of 61.
He
So
falls unconscious. You don't see any wounds on him, though, Tahir.
The mouse is down.
The mouse is down.
Okay. I'm gonna attempt to heal anyway. What was the fatigue cost on it again?
For
What's it called?
to cast
Should've got
to combat cure wounds.
Cure wounds. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it's
it.
going to be a base of 3, I believe it is. Get to that real quick.
Oh, hang on. Could I use heroic luck to re-roll that?
Do you want to waste the heroic luck now?
I don't know if it's wasted. If it can keep me awake and alive and functioning.
Oh, we don't know what's happening. I do know what's happening to you, but you don't. You've passed out. You can definitely use it. Absolutely. I will never disallow you to use it. I'm just asking, are you sure you want to use it on something like this when you're surrounded by friends, or do you want to hold on to that to use it at another point?
I will take the subtle game master hint.
Just trying to keep you alive too, man.
I love it, man.
We appreciate it.
I never met a gamer I didn't like.
So to
We
cure
both know
wounds,
that you're lying.
so it's going to cost you
Yeah.
6 fatigue just to cast it, just to get at least 1 success.
6 fatigue. Okay. Cool. That's my total fatigue spent to 114 out of 121.
Well, you can at least try it twice.
Yep.
And you no longer suffer the minus 25 because the entity is no longer there.
That's 31, so that's 2 successes.
Brilliant. So you're going to heal back Ziggy
I am at -7.
Okay, so Ziggy, you're gonna get back 17 plus your charisma modifier to here.
Oh yeah, sweet. Plus my charisma modifier is 5, so 22.
22. That is correct. So you, Ziggy, you should be almost back to full, even at negative.
Let's see. Need the calculator for this one. Maths is not my strong point.
No worries. What?
So 22 And that puts me at 15 health.
That's almost full for you, isn't it?
27's full. I'm 1 point above all my checks, suffering a -3.
Hey, you're good to go.
You're good to go.
You're good to go.
I'm better. I'm better than I was.
This is true.
Don't suppose you can throw any of that my way. I'm feeling a bit rough. And that's not just a joke because I'm a Cadus.
Oh, rough, big rough.
Oh.
So that's the end of the combat, as you guys
going to
know
the
it.
dogs.
Well, at least now we're staying away from the cheese jokes. What do you guys
You
want to
started
do?
it again. You
Huh?
said cheese.
I said
You
cheese.
started it
I
again.
started it
It was
again.
not a good idea.
Oh no! Believe me, I didn't want to start
Come
it.
and bear these jokes.
All right. So what do you want to do now, you guys? It's you guys are basically out of combat as far as you know. There are no other threats around you. What do you want to
I
do?
will look up at Tahir and just. Sorry.
It's okay, my friend. You want to know?
Oh, that's so bad, Seeker.
I thought getting her to the altar might free her, but no.
It was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. But Televi, we just got to move forward.
Can we rest for a while? I'm all full on panting dog.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I've got one spell left in me, I think.
The only thing we need to worry about. I barricaded one of those things in the room. Way back where Ziggy shot the ghost. He's jammed in with my sword. He could be up here any minute.
Well, then I definitely suggest what we do is take an hour to wait at the top of these stairs.
So are you going to go all the way back up to the main part of the shrine, or are you just going to go up to the top?
Right, I don't want anything escaping, essentially.
Yeah, the last thing we want is infectious undead in the city.
Yeah, so I'm thinking we've cleared the entire north part of this, and then this little room down here. Paintbrush. So if we like where I'm putting the X on the map, if we rest there, we'll be able to see if that thing comes up. And basically, if we take like an hour's break here, I do some meditating, and then we can finish exploring the rest of this complex.
I'm actually down to 13 health, so
yeah. So you're going to need a heal.
Yeah, I mean, I can shrug off 10 with one of my abilities, literally shrug it off. And if I war cry or battle cry, whatever it's called, I can gain 20 bonus health, so I can keep going for a bit longer. But
yeah, so if we take a rest, I'll get some spell points back. I can do some more healing. Because the problem at the moment is that I can either heal you of your wounds, or I can give you a weapon that will destroy undead. So if I heal you of your wounds now, and that dog thing comes up the stairs while we're resting,
yeah,
we can't kill it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm also down to 20 fatigue.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm down to like 8. and I had a lot. So does that make sense for everyone?
That's good to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the landing we go.
All right, so take you guys. Where are you guys going? You guys going all the way over here, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, brilliant.
Yep.
And then you're going to spend about an hour, you say, here, trying to do some meditation?
Yeah, basically.
All right, go ahead and make your meditation roll.
I'm just going to sit with me back to a wall and...
pass with no successes. Skin of my teeth.
But you got no successes.
Yeah, no successes, but I did pass.
How did
One success then.
you got one
that's
success? All right, so
Yeah.
so you'll be able to get back. You'll have to look at those meditative rules. I don't have them all memorized. I believe it's your stamina modifier plus 15.
Okay.
I think.
That's 20.
I think. Let me just. I think that's what it is. Give me a second. Meditate. Recover fatigue. You gain your stamina modifier times the number of successes plus 10. So whatever your stamina modifier is, times 1 plus 10 in 1 hour.
16. So
16.
that gives me some options. Yeah, that's fine.
Ziggy, make
And then-
a. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, Plot.
Hmm?
Ziggy, go ahead and make an alertness check. And you too, Braun. While he's in this
My-
meditative state.
My alertness is now 73. So
And with those big ears, you should be able to see something.
I don't see nothing.
40,
with that roll.
63, 53, 43.
What'd you roll?
3 successes.
3 successes. As about halfway through the hour, as Tahir is in this meditative state, you are sure you hear the scrape of feet or something coming from the passage to the north.
North. As in, I'm pointing at the map. North.
From this direction.
Right.
The thing we sealed in the coffins.
Drop to one
No,
knee,
killed that.
gun out. Right. Hammer is back. Note to self: don't shoot if it's a ghost. Don't shoot
Don't
if it's a
shoot if
ghost.
A few
And
minutes.
as I'm getting into position, I am going to nudge Bron as Tahir needs to meditate.
I will.
Do you
get my
whisper to
shield.
Braun, or do you just hope he picks up on your bodily tone of there's something coming?
I'm basically reach back with my foot and kick him.
What? What is it?
Something's coming.
Ugh. I will stagger to my feet, get my shield, and get my axe,
Um,
and
Suddenly, a few moments later, the hallway here becomes the only light that you guys have really is around you guys. Here, you start to see this light cascade down the hallway, and it starts to hit the corners and everything as something is moving towards you.
can I stand in front of Ziggy, holding my shield
Absolutely,
out,
if you
so he
want
can
to.
he can hide behind me, and I'll stand waiting.
Couple more moments, and you hear this. Hello, hello, hello.
Who are you? What do you want?
Oh, you're still alive. And these 3 watch guards come around the corner, and they're like, oh, we were sent down to investigate to see if you were still alive. Oh, and to bring you this. And it's a small satchel, a leather satchel. The Church of El sent it.
I'll turn to Ziggy. Is that Tahir's church?
Yes, that's Tahir's church.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yes. I'll give you that, yeah. What is it? We were told not to open it, just to bring it to you.
You
Good.
better wait till Tahir wakes up.
There may be a message to take back.
And the other 2 are kind of looking around, kind of nervously, and they're like, if that's all, we're gonna leave.
No, you can stay. There may be a message for you from Tahir to take back. Just hold on a moment.
The one that's handed you just turns to turns to his other companion and says, buck up. They're still alive. We can do it. And they kind of take up guarding position with their backs to the stairs. So
I'll chill out a little bit now.
30 minutes later, to hear you were about to say something, and I interrupted you there, Plot.
No, it's okay. I can't even remember what it was, to be honest. So
Okay.
we're all good.
So about a half hour later, you kind of come out of your meditative state.
Yeah. Cool. I dust myself off and stand up and look slightly confused as to the presence of the god. Gentlemen.
Here you go.
Thank you.
They brought this.
Militia mail.
I open up the satchel.
Inside is a small note, and 4 bottles. Well, they're not like bottles, like big bottles, but they're potion like vial kind of concepts. They're not little tiny vials, or like beakers of some rose-colored liquid.
Do I recognize it?
Sure, make a you recognize it as potential either. It looks like maybe it's potions of healing to help you, or other potions.
Okay, I'll read the note. What does the note say?
It says to Acolyte Tahir, in your efforts to continue with fighting the undead below the shrine, we have the bishop has sent forth these items for you to hopefully help you finish your quest for El in the name of El Al, and it's signed by you recognize the bishop's. I don't know what they'd actually be called. Maybe the bishop's second, like secretary, in his thing, and it's stamped with the holy symbol of the church.
Okay, great. I say to the guards, send my thanks to the church, and let them know I will be continuing my efforts here.
Yes, sir. And they kind of, two of them, just before you finish the sentences, two of them already are like moving quickly back, and the one that was there just continues to stare at you until you dismiss him.
You're a brave man. You're a brave man. Go with my blessing.
He bows. Siggy was here. And he as soon as you say that, he turns and is gone. I mean, it's like zip zip zaboom, right? He's gone.
Mm-hmm.
They never move that fast when you need one.
No, of course not.
They're just normal men.
Well, finish that. Ziggy was what? Finish that. Ziggy was here. Finish that.
I hand one of the healing potions to each of my friends and say, I think these are healing potions. If you want to. Fairly certain.
So somehow mark it down that you guys have got healing potions. And you will find out what you've got. Potions. They may be healing, they may not be. You'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, do you have any enemies in the church?
No, I am small and insignificant. I say.
That's me. That's me.
He's
8 foot
he's
tall.
an acolyte. He's an acolyte. He could 8 foot tall acolyte.
Okay.
How big is the bishop?
They're not as big as the one in the Muppet Show.
Shall we continue, my friends?
Are you good, or do you need another hour?
I'm good, and if these are healing potions, then that will make my burden easier. So,
Okay.
Can you spare enough magic to heal, or should we drink these?
So you've got
Save until we need
you've
them.
got basically one extra if you need one to hear. So there's 4 altogether.
yeah. Try them now, I'd say. Because if I have misidentified them, then it will is better to find out now than during combat. And
Now,
you're
if you
both wounded.
Now, if we had really had an evil game master, one in the 4 would be poisoned.
Are you drinking them?
If Hazer says drink them, I'll hold it up to Ziggy like this and go, cheers.
Cheers.
Are you going to take one, T here?
No, I'm waiting to see what it does.
And you're worried about the evil GM. Your evil
Oh.
friend is like, I'm going to wait to see what
I see.
happens.
The Manx is a lab rat.
No, because if they are healing potions, I'm not very badly injured, so it's a waste on me at the moment.
You guys.
However,
Go ahead.
if it gives fatigue back, I'll take one. That's
Um,
we'll see.
you
Tom's evil scheme to wipe out Jerry and Butch.
this cinnamon, this intense cinnamon flavor is what you taste as you swallow this. It's kind of like those. And I know that I don't know if they do them anymore, but like remember those red hots, those really red hots, Ziggy, when we were growing up. Those like the hot tamales. I don't know if they have them over there in Britain.
Don't think so. Plus,
They're-
the fact I probably wouldn't have noticed. And not having a sense of smell means I've got virtually no sense of taste.
Well, that's true. So a very intense cinnamon is what you taste as it goes down. You feel that your health is restored. Braun, you receive 21 points of health restored. Ziggy, you as well, and you're feeling very, very refreshed. Like you'd had the opportunity to sleep a full 8 hours or more.
So how would fatigue? How does that affect fatigue?
It gives you back 22 points of fatigue as well.
Oh yeah, I'm chugging one in that case. Desperately need that fatigue back. And that leaves one to spare. So
that leaves me one to spare. This is a
Still not even a half
restorative.
of-
This is a restorative.
Put my
potion.
name on the bottle, all right? Just,
Just Ziggy's.
I'm not suggesting it's going to go bad for me, but
Got the karma, so
mathematically, it works out. It's better that it's mine. I don't know that's really bad, but it does. Because if it gives me back 22 points of fatigue, I can turn that into at least 45 points of healing.
at least, right? At a minimum.
Yeah.
Right.
that actually makes more sense.
Mm.
Ziggy, stop being so trigger happy.
And the lesson today is don't shoot entities.
Come on, let's go. I'm feeling like we need to lick this place.
Where you ganging
Yes,
up on me?
I want my sword back.
Mhm.
Okay,
So-
let's go.
I think we head down to this junction where there was the room off to the bottom with the thingy, and there was the room ahead with the single candle in it.
Right there.
Yeah, and let's finish off these and get Bronze Sword back.
As you guys approach this door, it's almost completely destroyed. As this skeletal dog that has been there, and it's been an hour, so it's had a lot of time to dig at it, has almost broken through the door, and you can see its skeletal maw kind of peering, biting at the wood and taking chunks out.
I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon on Braun.
I'll hold up my revolver.
Okay, that's
Bron first, not me first. Bron first.
And remember, we did discuss this. If you cast that specific spell on his pistol,
it does the entire clip, doesn't it?
The whole clip, because it's considered a part of the whole. It's not like an arrow, which is separate, right?
I will, in that case, cast it on Ziggy first because he can take some pot shots from a distance at it. So Ziggy first.
He could probably just shoot it through the door,
Yeah, exactly.
point blank range.
That's 2 successes. So that is plus 12 holy damage, and you get plus 10 to your attack skill.
And it lasts for 3 rounds, yeah?
It lasts for two rounds.
2 rounds. Okay.
Hmm.
So that's plus 12 holy damage, yeah. And what else
Yeah.
did you say?
Plus 10 to your attack skill, and it lasts for 2 rounds. And they have to make a perception check at TS4 or be blinded for the next turn.
Right. Let me know when my turn comes up, because I'm going to shoot the son of a...
So the question becomes, are the undead blinded?
Mm.
I'm just asking it out loud.
Well, they're blinded by the light.
The holy light of God, it overpowers whatever necrotic energy is.
There's an old song from, I think, the 70s or 80s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Blinded by the light. I'm not going to sing anymore
Blinded
just in
with
case you get
me
a copyright
science.
strike. She blinded me with science.
All right, so that's what you do.
We're all old, just in case you were wondering, chap.
And technically, I'm the oldest. Not by much, but I am the oldest.
Hmm?
So, all right, so Ziggy, you've got that. Are you going to cast it on Braun? Or are you going to hold on for that?
Yeah, once Ziggy starts firing, because there's no sense waiting a turn, so it's like, by the time I cast it on Braun, one of Ziggy's turns would have already passed. If that makes sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Ziggy
All right,
wanted to
so
shoot through the door.
yeah, Ziggy, what do you want to do?
Yes.
We're not going to go into combat because this thing is, in a sense, it's going to be digging at the door. That's all it's doing is digging at the door with its maw, trying to pull.
Is there a big
apart.
enough gap that I can just step up, put the barrel to the hole in the door,
Absolutely.
so I'm not having to shoot,
Yeah,
and then shoot the
absolutely.
damn thing?
Sure.
Okay.
It's point blank for firearms is less than 10 feet, so it's no big deal. You're going to be able to you're going to be able to shoot it. It still gets a physical defense to avoid it because it's
21.
Seriously, why won't you
So roll
ever
a
just
21 with a skill of 62.
So 4 successes.
4 successes.
I rolled an +6 on its physical defense, and
Bastard.
yeah, I've got 6 successes exactly. It saw you stick the barrel in and pull the trigger, and it kind of just off to the side. And you notice from what you can see, Ziggy, it kind of backs up now, like it's like not sure what to do. It gives it a second, and then it comes.
Bloody
Go ahead.
Neo the dead dog.
Literally.
Shoot it again.
Right, you're gonna shoot it again. All right, now you're gonna suffer
Yep.
-10, unless you have
Sure,
improved.
okay.
Unless you have
Your
improved.
usual skill.
Do you have
Well, that's
improved
doable.
multiple strike?
No.
Of course.
I'm not combat oriented at all. I need to be.
Well, there's a fine
Oh, shit.
balance in there, right?
That's a 96 on the dice. I would like to spend a heroic luck to not mess that one up.
So that's going to be 2 heroic luck to avoid a critical failure.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right.
And that just ends my turn, yes?
No, you can shoot again.
You see, even when I use digital dice, my luck is terrible.
Say your luck's been worse with the digital dice because like you were crit failing a lot before, but then you were like balancing it out with the crits, so it was like crit fail, crit fail, crit fail, crit.
Yeah.
You're
Okay,
the only
so
person
that's
I
a
know.
miss.
You're the only person I know who could fail with loaded dice.
Oh.
You know that Happy Jack song, Stoked It? That's me.
I'm gonna cast thingy on Bron.
All right.
Spiritual weapon.
Do you cast it on the person or an individual weapon?
It's actually on the weapon,
Right.
so it's going on your battle axe because I assume you haven't retrieved your sword yet.
Well, the sword's stuck in the door, so if you want to cast it on the sword, I will retrieve the sword from the door.
Yeah, I can cast it on the sword in the door. That's fine. I did that with 1 success, by the way. So
Excuse me.
Bless you.
So that's
Gesundheit.
+11 holy damage and +10 to your attack skill with it.
Oh, cool. I've already got that wrote down from last time. Lovely.
And you've only got 1 turn, so use it well.
You get 1 attack on it. All right. So you retrieve you cast it on the sword. The sword is still in the door. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of go ahead and go into combat with this.
Mm-hmm.
For time wise, and it is gotta have initiative. of. It's going to go last. So, Ziggy, you get to go first. So, well, actually, this is the way we're going to do. Braun, he casts the spell on the sword. You can kind of see it getting that sign that it's been blessed by him. Then what are you going to do? You're going to pull it out?
Is Ziggy going first?
Well, right now we're about to go into initiative. And the way I'm seeing this is Tahir cast the spell. You're going to grab the sword. I'm going to allow you have one action because the door is still the door is still closed, right? Once you pull the sword out, it's still closed. So you'll have that free action, and then we'll go into combat, and it'll be Ziggy's turn.
So this will be the last round for the enchantment on my gun.
Would it
Because I had
affect?
2 rounds.
Would it affect my turn if I was to let Ziggy shoot through the door before pulling the sword out? I don't think it matters. It got last on initiative anyway, didn't it?
So what will happen is this: if you do not pull, if you allow Ziggy to shoot, the spell will be wasted.
Okay, I will pull the sword from the door.
And then what are you going to do? I'm going to let you have one extra action.
By the power of the here, I have the power.
Oh, hello.
Wow, that's supposed to be a lol. Wow. Wow.
He doesn't know what he's saying. Honest.
Halal. No, not
Halal.
the funny slaughtered meat.
Woo. Suddenly, you get this real tingle in the back of your neck there to hear. I mean, it's more than just your first standing up. It's like brazen, like, what?
I'll educate him. I promise. I'm sorry.
That was the feeling of your god sighing.
Exactly.
So if I have an action, I'm just going to run in and smack him then.
Well, the door's closed. You're going to bust it open?
Yeah.
All right, so that's your action. So we'll go into turn. Ziggy, Braun kicks the door open. The dog is literally standing right 5 feet in front of you. What do you want to do?
Shoot it.
I'll move to there and drop to a knee so he can still shoot over the top of me.
Okay.
You'd be better off just stepping to one side because
he's only 2'6". You dropping to a knee is still like 3 foot.
It's actually you dropping to a knee is probably worse for me.
Okay.
At that point, I'm going to give the
legs.
I'm going to give the creature cover. At that point, it'd be like 75% cover.
We'll share a space.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you're a medium creature, he's small. He can stand in the same square as you.
Right, shooting.
I need a hood, like like in your Curse of Strahd.
That's 42, so that's a hit with 2 successes.
It will try to defend. Oh, I've got 3 successes. 4 successes, actually. I rolled a 17. Rolled a 17.
All right, I'll shoot it again.
All right.
For fuck's sake. Spending 2 heroic luck. That's a 99.
You're going to spend the heroic luck to ignore that, huh?
Yep.
Simon, get actual dice, please.
Get some actual dice.
Okay.
The algorithm does not like you today. It's like, no. Ziggy, do you want to try to shoot again? You can shoot 2 more times. It's going to be at a minus 30 and a minus 40.
It can smell fantasy grounds on you. That's why.
How dare you cheat on me?
We'll try that then. It's a minus what for this one?
So on your third attack, it's going to be a minus 30.
Which is overall a minus 20 because you got a plus 10 still.
Right, so it's still.
On my brand new dice, first roll ever, 0-1.
Crit.
That's a crit.
But the new shiny.
So roll your d10 and give me another. So how much more crit you got?
10.
You rolled a 10?
Mm-hmm.
Roll it again.
10.
Roll it again.
5.
That's 25 extra successes above what you normally did. You normally have an attack skill of what, 63, 64,
52.
52. So that's 31 successes. How do you want to do this? I don't care. Critical roll.
I want to
do
shoot it
not
through the
care.
head. I want the bullet to travel down the spine, splitting the creature in half. Then I'm going to do a quick spin and put the gun away and look cocky whilst thinking in my head, how the hell did I do that?
So you missed the first one. You miss your second one. On the third one, you kind of taking a deep breath and you steady yourself and you fire this thing. As this thing gets ready to like jump at you, its mouth opens and you fire. You don't hit its skull, but you hit its spine. And as the bullet travels down the spine, you can see the spine. I don't want to say spinal cord, but vertebrae popping off and going in different directions as this thing is just hit, and it explodes out the backside of where its tail was, and this thing just kind of falls to the ground.
I will slap him on the back and go, see how much better it works when you take the safety off.
Allah be praised.
Allah be praised.
That's what the front sight post is for.
Oh, that was brilliant. All right, so you've taken care of that beast that you think, as far as you know.
Okay. Check out this room and then move to the one at the end of the corridor, just in case there's anything in here that might be useful.
There's really nothing in this room other than this pile of bones. You remember that there were 3 undead dogs in here, but now there's only, but you don't see the bones of what would make up 2 others.
Didn't they turn to dust or something?
Make a divine
Am I-
knowledge check. Just
Am I
roll.
remembering that right?
Yeah, well, you are remembering it, but just roll.
I got 0-6.
Generally, if it's done, if a undead creature is ultimately killed by a holy weapon, it generally disappears in dust.
Okay.
If it's
cool.
not, it generally falls to the ground and may begin to regenerate itself.
Okay. But this one that we just killed was a kill with a holy weapon, wasn't it? So,
Yes.
but it hasn't turned to dust,
Wait, hold
or
on.
does the process?
This was
usually
his
take a
last
minute?
turn. Yeah, no. It's sorry, my fault. As each one of the vertebrae were popping off, it was disappearing in the dust. I got my times mixed up with brawn and this and those times. Yeah, so it basically pops into dust.
Okay, fantastic. Cool. In which case, the room at the end of the hallway, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Ziggy, why don't you stay back here out of sight, just in case? Just duck into that, like
Okay.
there.
It's probably got
How-
more health than me. Yeah, I can take it.
Mm-hmm.
So, the door is closed. Who's going to open the door? Let me bring us back to this map.
I'm gonna stand behind Brom while this happens, just in case I need to do things.
Okay.
Bron, do you want to open the door?
Okay, I'll shield in front of me. Try the handle.
Okay. It opens easily inward. Inside, you find the apparition, now a more reduced and calm entity. And it looks like a young human woman. And she's actually sitting at this desk in front of her, and she's got what looks like this physical book is open, and she's concentrating on it with her hands kind of at her head, as she's looking at that. She goes, I just want to know what I'm supposed to do. What am I supposed to do? I don't understand. I don't remember.
Put my sword away. That's not to aggravate.
I say, hello, we mean you no harm.
Convince check.
Just want to help. Yeah.
Convince check.
Convince check. Convince. 55. Come on. Must be a lady tonight. 26 out of 55, so that's 3 successes.
She turns without the chair turning, because it's a physical chair. She turns and the chair doesn't turn, and she gets up and she comes up to you and she lays her celestial hands, or her spectral hands, upon your chest. She goes, what am I supposed to do? You feel this intense radiating cold. There's no evil to it, not like there was before, but there's this radiating cold, and you can feel this desperation of sadness, in a sense, of unknowing, not able to complete whatever she's supposed to complete. And she's just looking, as tall as you are, she's looking up at you, goes, but what am I supposed to do?
I'll say, your work is over, my child.
Divine
What
knowledge.
awaits?
Go ahead. No, go
Pardon?
ahead. Finish. Go ahead and finish. I thought you were done.
What awaits you is the loving embrace of Allah, and
Divine.
you should go to him.
Divine knowledge.
Divine
check.
knowledge?
Straight up.
That's 11 at 55. So that's 4
She looks
successes.
up at you, and she kind of puts her spectral head against your chest, and you can feel this physical sigh.
I'll put one arm around her and place her hand on where her head is as a blessing.
And she kind of dissipates and just disappears into this nothingness. There's an intense coldness that you feel for a second, suddenly followed by this very strong internal warmth of, maybe it's love, maybe it's thanks, but you feel this really deep warmth as it just dissipates and literally flows through you. Ron, from your perspective, you see this apparition kind of come up, and you can see them speaking, but you can't hear her. And you hear Tahir's, what Tahir says out loud, but you don't hear what she's saying. And then suddenly she kind of just gives him a hug, and from your perspective, she kind of just melds into him and then disappears.
Is that thunder?
Did you just eat the ghost?
No, I sent her to where she's meant to be. Ziggy, it's safe to come out now.
She meant
Look
to be
round the
inside of
corner.
you?
Sure.
No, she's gone to Allah.
Well,
Oh,
I guess
right.
talking's better than shooting.
I'll be right back, guys. Give me 1 second.
Not
9
always.
times out of 10, I tend to find that that's the case.
Hey, what was
She
eating?
was, I don't know yet, but she was a lost spirit. She had work that she felt she needed to complete, but when the dead linger like that, it causes problems.
Pennsylvania.
You can say that again.
She needed to pass on.
All right. So she disappears.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go look at the book that she was reading.
All right, Braun, are you gonna do anything? Ziggy, are you gonna do anything?
I'm just gonna go in this
Um,
room
um,
with Tahir and have a mooch around while he's
I'll
looking at the
just,
book.
since I'm the one with the better perception sort of stuff, I'm going to stay in the hallway and just listen out for anything coming that might be as a warning to the rest of the guys. Unless they need me to search stuff.
No. So, Braun, you find a small footlocker that's kind of tucked underneath this bed that was next to you. That's in this room. Here you get to the desk, and the book is the predominant thing that's on this. But underneath this book are papers written in some sort of odd language, and it looks like they're documents for supplies of some very unusual items. You would need to make a divine knowledge check on this one to see if you can recognize some of these items. But you start to look and you start to see these in this book, and it's not a big heavy book, but it's a book, and it looks like it's a ledger, and you're starting to recognize human names, Jakarian names, Bahulian names, Manix names, all these different names, and next to them is a check mark.
Okay. I rolled and failed, so I spent a heroic luck, and I rolled a 0-4 on my divine knowledge.
Fantastic! You get the heroic luck back, and
Oh yeah.
it is they are supply lists for things that are used in rituals, both rituals that are good, just rituals in general. They can be used for either good intentions or bad intentions.
Okay, so we found the people that were supplying them with the stuff that they've been using down here, but it might not necessarily have been anything dodgy. They might have just bought it legitimately like anyone else would.
Right.
Okay.
Or they may have been coerced into doing it under threat of some sort.
Exactly, yeah. I'll tuck that
Maybe-
away in my backpack for future investigation.
Perhaps they are the shopping list, and all the parts we found are from them.
Unusual. Well, it's not unusual, but you don't see anything in there that would be like
That's
right.
creepy.
described as human heart or penis tongue. It's these various different supplies that are used in rituals. You know, there are mentions of animal parts, horns, eyes of, skin of, those kind of things, and then there's also incense and all these different herbs that are used in rituals.
Yeah. But I very much doubt you put your black market organ dealer in your normal ledger anyway. So
It's definitely black market.
yeah. Okay, cool. I'll tuck that away in my backpack for future use. What was in the footlocker?
Braun, are you going to open up the footlocker?
Is it locked?
Are you going to check?
I will check.
It is not locked.
Okay.
Inside, you find 50 silver pieces, a small note, and that's it. It wasn't a very big footlocker. It was just a little tiny thing.
Do we have a party treasury, or should we just split this 50 between us?
You haven't started a party treasury yet.
As far as I recall, Ziggy's been keeping a hold of all the money that we've found so far for us.
Okay.
News to
Ziggy.
me.
I remember
been keeping
pocketing
a
you.
note.
I know, but I remember you pocketing a pouch of coins.
Yeah, that was in the first adventure. I picked it up, pocketed it off somebody in the tavern, and then I ended up giving it to you, and you gave it to some kids for charity.
Yeah. Well, Ziggy can hold on to it for the time being anyway.
Okay.
I'll chuck him the 50, the pouch with 50 coins in.
Party comfort fund.
What does the note say?
It is a thank you for payment note. Just, it's literally literally just a note that it's kind of like a bill of sale and a thank you of payment for all the for this person's job, and her name was Alish. This person's job in helping. You're not really sure for helping what, because it's not really there. It's just, it's, thank you for doing such a good job, Alish, and here's this payment.
Okay, cool.
I used to go walking with somebody called Alish.
Oh, jeez. Another dog joke, I see.
If you let him get away with it, he'll hound you with them all the time.
Yeah, you'll have to call me next time.
Oh, jeez. Well, I guess we'll just have to put a snout on that one.
Yeah.
The entire island is like this.
Oh,
Never come
jeez.
here. If you're watching on Twitch, don't come
Oh.
here. We're all like this.
Oh, no. I just want to come experience it, just to become more snarky.
You should do. It's
I
a fun
should.
place.
I'm gonna go to Scotland. Get back to my roots. So
Scotland's beautiful.
that's where we stand right now. What do you guys want to do?
Well,
We
I've
have-
just earned enough channel points for a sound alert. What does that actually do?
Oh, you're gonna have to figure that one out.
I guess I'll spend them.
I just zoomed out on the map. Ziggy was here.
So the channel points, what they do is they're audio things that actually that people on Twitch can hear. And that one was hello MFR.
Cool. Sweet.
I've had a lot of people that actually, when I'm actually streaming Assassin's Creed, I'll
Yeah.
get into some tight situations. And the one that I think you guys are used to is the run, run from on TikTok that you guys hear a lot. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I know I should run, but I can't.
Cool. So are we okay to continue on, gentlemen?
Yep.
We still have that bottom part
There's
that you guys,
one room left.
one room left.
Yeah.
here.
There's one door we have not tried yet.
Time to go through that door.
Hmm.
I'll go up. I'll have a good listen at the door first. It's a roll of 40 with a alertness of 73.
Yeah, so that's 4
60,
successes
50.
for 3 successes.
Yeah.
You hear nothing beyond the door. The door is solid. It's not, like all the doors down here, they're not like ancient, and that's something you guys are just now starting to realize. They're not like these ancient deteriorating doors. They're standard doors that look, I don't know, like they may have been replaced at some.
Well.
What do you want to do? Do you want to go through?
I'll just look up at them whilst with big ear against the wall. I'll just stop. Dead quiet in there.
Dead
What
quiet,
does
Ziggy.
What is your...
All right,
You going in?
let's go through. Yeah.
I will take a step to the side and let somebody else go first.
You open the door. It looks like it leads into a hallway that turns to the west. Goes south and then turns west.
Who wants to go first?
Might as well be me.
Rock, paper, scissors for it if you want.
At the end of this
Another
hallway, you
door.
see another door.
Ziggy, do you want to do your big ear magic?
Yes. 47, so that's 3 successes.
It's deathly silent beyond.
Quiet. Too quiet.
Let's go.
Braun, you're opening the door. You open the door beyond, and it's a fairly large room. You do see another staircase leading down. The ground itself is covered in dirt. It's either a dirt floor or dirt has been brought in and covers the actual floor.
There's another floor under here.
Can I make a knowledge religion check?
Please.
Because bringing dirt in seems weird. That's 2 successes.
Yeah, definitely bringing dirt into something is definitely weird. You kind of scrape the dirt away, and you see that it drops down about 6 inches. You scrape away about 6 inches of dirt, and the floor itself is that still slat, gray, stonish floor, but there's definitely dirt been brought in here. It could be used for any number of things. Burying
we
the
should rest.
dead.
You're not going to bury the dead in 6 inches, though, so Could it be like
Just look up at him. It depends how big the body is.
true, very true, Ziggy. It could also be used to desecrate a place if this dirt was particularly evil, I would guess, or if it came from a place where terrible things had happened.
You know that certain
it?
vampiric entities also need to have dirt.
There are also certain vampiric entities that need dirt.
Does it feel moist in that room?
No.
Because my initial thought was a fungus growing chamber.
Yeah.
No, I think
There's
this is
no
more
moist.
magical ritual.
This is not moist.
Yes, but I've heard that there are some people who take certain mushrooms that go into a spiritual frenzy.
When we're talking vampiric entities, because obviously I know vampire lore from many different games, but not necessarily this one, and I don't want to assume. Are things like sunlight still an issue for them? Like, do they sleep during the day? Do they wake up at night?
Vampiric
Is that-
creatures?
Do
Yeah.
they sparkle?
They they don't sparkle.
Vampires sparkle.
They don't spackle.
Half a second before they ignite.
They don't spackle and they don't sparkle. And they don't
Just wanna say-
sprinkle.
Mine and Ziggy's bromance is a better love story than Twilight.
Anything's better than Twilight. I mean, come on. Undead operate no matter whether the sun is up or the sun is down.
Okay, cool. So the fact that it's currently daytime up won't make a difference.
Won't make
Cool.
a difference.
Sweet. Well, there's only one way to go, and that's forward.
Well,
I mean,
be-
technically
before
there's back, but
before we go any further, how are we all feeling? If there's another level under here full of all sorts of nasties, perhaps we should return to full strength.
I'm good to continue for a little while, I say.
I
I'm
am,
going
Also,
to move on.
Full
Yeah.
strength will take several days.
I am not quite feeling at full strength. I'll continue anyway, but
How many hit points are you down?
I have 24.
Hit
I'm
points currently.
24.
Out of what?
It's out of 75.
Oof.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool. I'll spend some healing on him.
And my fatigue is 42 out
So
of
wait a minute.
97.
You just you did. So were you that low? So when you actually drank the restorative potion, that
I
did
was
you
at
add?
13.
You were at 13.
I was at 13, yeah.
Wow. So everything that you were doing was at a -6 successes. Just to let you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's
I don't know.
so unlike Dungeons and Dragons where you can go operate at full all the way to 0 or even at 1, Legends of Kralis, when you're at half you suffer -3 successes. When you're at a quarter, it's a -6 to all your physical skills and those kind of things. So it sucks to get hurt in this game. It really does.
Yeah,
It's supposed to.
Just to get hurt in real life.
I'm not quite sure how it got down that far because most of my health was be used from most of the health taken was bonus health from battle cries because I get a bonus 20 every time I battle cry.
Right. So I don't know how you
Have
got
you
down that
been, Will, have you been adding the damage up as a running total rather than taking it off the total hits?
'Cause that's how I've been doing it.
That's how I normally do it. So
In which
possibly-
case, that probably means you're just down by 20 points rather than
far. Then you're
on
right.
20 points.
Then on 20
Yeah.
points,
Which makes a bit more sense, I
Oh,
think.
So I
lot
don't
more
remember you
sense.
taking vast amounts of damage, to be honest.
I don't think I've ever hit him with anything with vast amounts that his shield hasn't been able to block.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In which case,
makes more sense.
still get back 18
Well,
points. There you go.
If I had a current health of 13, then that healing potion would have got rid of it.
Yeah, but I don't think the
Yeah.
way you normally do things, from what I'm understanding, I don't think that is a health of 13. I think you had taken 13 and you count up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
The
So
health
you
was-
would be you're on full health basically
right.
at this
Right.
point.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes more
Even
sense.
before you cast your healing.
Yeah.
Your curing touch. So your cure wounds. So yeah, no, he's good. So you're good there.
Is there anything you can do about fatigue?
Well, that's what I
No.
did. Is so that spell, that potion actually was a restorative potion, which gave both back 22 health and 22 fatigue.
I'm just still less than half of my fatigue. That's all.
Well, fatigue is one of those things that you can go all the way to 1 and still be okay. I might assign stress levels to you depending on what you're doing, but currently it's once you hit 0, then you instantly drop unconscious.
Okay. All right. Continue then.
Yep, head down.
Um,
Good job we worked all that out before you got hit.
So you guys are making your way into here, and you make your way to the stairs, correct? Who's in the lead? That Braun always?
Yeah.
All right, so
Pretty
we'll
much,
just
he's got the shield.
all right, so
I'm
we'll
the
just
human-
use Braun
I'm the
for the
demon.
party
Canis
movement.
barricade.
As you guys make it to where Braun is, all three of you make an alertness check, TS2.
Nah, one success.
2 successes.
3 successes.
As you guys begin to head down the stairs, the ground in about the center of the room begins to shift and change, and out springs these entities, these 3 creatures.
Oh, what now?
I think coming in here might have been a grave mistake.
Ziggy. If that is the last words I ever hear from you, I will be very
It
sad.
would be worth it.
Initiative, I take it.
Yes, initiative. Currently, I have Ziggy at 26. I have Tahir at 16 and Braun at 14. You guys want to roll, or do you want to just keep those?
I'll roll for mine.
All right.
I'm happy to keep mine as is.
Okay. And Tahir?
Let me just do the maths. Sorry, what did you say? 16?
16, yes, sir.
That means I rolled an 8, so yeah, I'll stick with that.
Braun, what do you...
that would put me at 16 total with that roll of 3 on the dice.
All right. Who's got the higher wits? You or Tahir? Tahir, what's your wit score?
My wit score is 65.
Mine's 71.
Would you say yours was, Tahir?
65, I think.
All right, so Braun's going to go ahead of you
Yep.
in that particular range for that one. All right, Ziggy. What are you doing?
Well, I know I can't kill it with the pistol until it gets the magic voodoo on it. But exactly do these creatures look like?
Good.
Are they bipedal, humanoid?
They are bipedal humanoid creatures that look like they have like they haven't eaten in ages.
Emaciated.
They haven't looked like they've eaten in ages, and they look extremely hungry as of right now.
Okay, shoot one between the legs.
You're gonna shoot between the legs, so you're gonna miss on purpose?
No. I'm going to shoot his wedding tackle.
Oh,
And basically, I'm aiming more for the hip joint to blow the hip off to slow them down.
I thought you were just trying to pull a dot green.
I thought you were shooting the ghoulies in the ghoulies.
I heard about those pistols in your game
In Deadlands.
in Deadlands.
That was funny.
Those are bad things to give to players, man.
Mhm.
Bad
Oh, you've got
things.
no idea. Right, first shot's a miss.
All right, second one. You can shoot 4 times. Remember, that's
Yeah, I have to
minus
reload
20.
occasionally.
Well, you do.
Second shot's a miss.
Third shot.
A miss. I'm getting all 60s here.
And a fourth shot.
Fourth shot after this, I'm going to have to reload.
Yep.
71, miss.
All right, so you're gonna have to spend the next turn reloading.
Mhm.
Ron, what are you doing?
I'll move up and basically block Tahir and Ziggy from attacks while giving Tahir a chance to enchant weapons and whatever. I'm gonna bash this front one with my shield and try and knock him back. Where is it? Is it bash? Or is it slam? I will do slam. As a full action, you attack with your shield as if it was a weapon. Medium shields do 3 points of base damage, and large shields do 5 points of base damage. Target gain a physical defense against this attack. If you are successful with this attack, you not only deal the damage, but you also cause a knock with back. A
Yep.
knock with back. Okay. So I'm probably not going to do any damage, but I might knock it out of the way. So I'll do that. That would be a attack using my shield skill, I'm guessing.
Yep. And it gets a physical defense.
Yeah. 0-8. I'm guessing
Brilliant.
shield doesn't have a critical.
No, it
range.
does. It does, but it's not
Does
one
it?
throughout 5.
Okay. But because I have a shield skill of 78, that's quite a good roll. So 1, 2, 3. 7 successes.
All right, I've only got 3, so I think you knock it back. How many feet?
It does 3 points of base damage, but that's not going to make a difference.
What are you doing? You're slamming it, right?
I'm just going to slam it flying, so knock it back out of the way. Oh, shield charge. Is that it? Charging with a shield. Charging with a shield has plus 15 bonus to knock down attempts. So it's a slam action with a plus 15 bonus to knock down attempts. I don't know. It just says.
Yep. So you're trying to knock it back or knock it down?
Yeah, just.
All right, go ahead and make a strength check. It's a versus strength check. All right, awesome.
3, 6, 7, 8. 9 successes. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes. Sorry. 6.
You knock it back against the wall.
I will then
Brilliant
battle
hit.
to get
Alright.
a bonus, just a bit of bonus health and damage for when Tahir decides to enchant his weapons.
Mhm.
Get out of the way.
Okay. Anything else?
I will be done because that's a full action to do that move.
Right, and you are done. All right. Tahir, it is your turn, sir.
Right. I am going to out of the party. Ziggy's the one that's going to be acting next, right?
After Tahir, yes. Ziggy, yes. You're actually in the best spot at this point, either at the beginning or the end, right? In either case.
Yeah. So I'm going to cast spiritual weapon on Ziggy's gun.
The one that I have to reload this turn.
Yeah, he's got to reload this turn, so you may want to do it on bronze
sword.
because he's going to spend his full action reloading.
Okay, in which case bronze sword then.
Yeah.
That's 3, so that's 2 successes. So that's plus 12 and plus 10 to the attack.
That lasts for 2 turns, am I right?
Yes, yeah.
Cool.
Which is brilliant because it starts on your turn. Or ends on his turn, which is the beginning of your turn, which is really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And anything else to hear?
That's
a full action.
I've only got movement, so I'll step here in front of Ziggy.
Okay. And these things.
He's only doing it to save himself fatigue from healing me.
I'd rather take the health points than have to worry about healing you. Oh, that's awesome. This thing is going to the one in front of you to here shrieks at you. Let's see here. Negative aura, which grants a 6. You're good, right? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Just this. It's negative energy. All right. All of you make a stamina check TS2.
44.
Nailed it. Flying colours.
Yeah.
4 successes. Eat it.
5 successes.
1 success.
I love
That's
how
all, just the one.
every creature with faced in this game has like an extra stacky ability of some kind. It's like it's really well done. It's like everything has this like uniqueness to it. I love it.
Who failed?
Me. Oh, I didn't fail. I got 1 success.
You failed.
Okay, I failed.
You failed. So you are going to take 15 fatigue damage. All right. And you can only move half your movement while you're in the presence of these creatures.
Okay.
As you feel this energy, as you feel your energy being just drained from you. On that first turn, and then it's going to attack you to here, the one right directly in front of you. And he swipes once and misses. He swipes again and has got 6 successes on you.
Okay. Well, physical defense is 50, so this is an impossible roll.
It's not an impossible roll, it's improbable. You could roll a critical.
No, rolling an 84, it's not. So yeah,
that's not.
all of those get through.
All right, so it strikes you for 24 points, 29 points of damage, ignoring 5 of your armor. So what's your armor total?
My armor total is 11, so that's 6.
And 6, so you take 18,
So 18.
physical damage.
Ouch.
Very much ouch. Here comes the big oopses. Make a willpower check, TS4, be blinded.
I actually passed that. Fantastic.
Brilliant. Great. Also, make a willpower check or gain what's called a negative rank.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Oh no, it's level drain from 1st edition.
I failed that.
All right, so negative energy.
spend a
You're gonna
heroic
spend
luck.
heroic luck. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't get to tell you what it does. All right, we'll wait. I've got plenty of opportunities in the next half hour to do this to you again. So,
I passed that one. I passed that one. Well, I got 2 successes. Is that enough?
yes.
Yes.
All you had to do was get a regular one.
Okay. Sweet.
Curious, can undead hurt other undead in this game? With attacks?
Technically, yes,
Okay.
because it's more than just negative energy they're doing. They can actually do physical damage to each other. Could they
Are you
ultimately
doing what I
des-
think you're doing, Will?
No,
they
but
actually- Could they end up
pick up
destroying
what-
each other? No, they would just beat each other into regenerations.
Right, okay. So picking one of them up and beating the other one with with the first one might not work as well as I thought I'd planned.
No, it won't work. I see where you're going with that, but no, it's not.
Turn your enemies into melee weapons. The Book of Bron, page 1.
If in
Yeah,
doubt,
those
rip
fuckers
its
are
arm
wearing
off and
underneath.
hit it with its own.
Beat it with its own arm.
Make sure you use the bloody end.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Um,
So that one is so you passed on both of those. This one steps up and attacks you, Braun.
Okay.
It misses its first attack and misses its second attack. It is now Ziggy's turn.
Hit the latch, break the gun open, drop the casings out the cylinder, load the new ones, and slam it shut ready for next turn.
All right. That's the end of your turn. Braun, your
Yep.
turn.
Whack.
Wickety whack.
Grand smash. Right, I'm gonna just. I will first use. Is it not 1 turn per 2 ranks? So. Okay, it's the last 1 turn. I will battle cry again, just to keep this bonus health on my side. And I will just bring my enchanted sword straight down
All right.
into its shoulder if I can.
All right. Roll.
Battle
10.
map isn't on Twitch,
10
by
bang
the way.
on. That is a critical.
Nice.
So let's see how damage works again.
Good night, Noah. Give me a follow if you're not already following. Good luck in school. Is he in school? School? Like in?
They said classes, so I assume they're in college, I would guess,
College?
but not necessarily.
I need reminding on how damage works again.
All right. So how many successes did you get?
Oh yes, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7.
And you scored a crit as well.
And you stored the
7.
crits,
Oh,
so
yeah. 7. Does that plus 10 attack knock up my attack skill by 10?
yes.
So
Yeah.
that would be 8 successes then.
And then you rolled a
It's-
critical, correct?
And that was a critical on a 10.
Okay. And did you roll a d10 to get that extra? Okay. So roll a
Not-
d10.
For extra successes.
You got
Just
one
one.
extra. All right, so you've got 9 successes altogether. It's got its physical defense, which I believe it actually missed. It did. It's only got 1, so you've got 8 successes in damaging it. So take your 8 times your base damage, which I believe is 5.
That's it. Right. Let me do this. Where's my little calculator? 8 times 5 is 40. I also add my stamina because I used battle cry.
Add your and then add your strength. So I believe you're
Yeah.
at 56 at this point.
Mhm.
So, yeah. So you, right? So you times your damage by your strength stat modifier, and
No.
then you
No, so you take whatever you've got in terms of successes, which is currently 8,
Yeah.
multiply
8,
it by your base damage for your weapon, which is
Then plus-
5,
then plus your strength.
plus
then
your
plus
strength, plus your stamina, plus an additional 12 for the holy damage.
12. 68. Is there anything else? Oh, hang on. Battle cry. No, I believe that's it.
And is his weapon blessed?
It is, yeah.
Yes, yeah. And obviously it was critical as well. What does that do?
Well, no, that's all
the
that's
extra
added
D10
into
you
that,
rolled.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It adds into your successes, your total
yeah,
successes.
yeah.
That's the reason why when Ziggy fired on the skeletal dog, he did 31 successes because he kept rolling 10 after 10 after 10 after 10. So how do you want to do this?
I will just cleave it straight.
Just
in
cleave it
half.
straight in half?
Straight from the straight through the collarbone, and he just anime style.
Right. Exactly that. You cleave it in half from the collarbone straight down, right? At an angle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And it
will
just
then-
literally, it slides off and falls to the ground. It doesn't turn to dust.
I'm going to use my movement to charge through and go straight for the other one.
Okay. You want to roll an attack there as well?
Yeah. Is this at minus 10 or minus 20?
Minus 20 at this point.
Minus 20, so 63.
45.
So
It's a brilliant song. I love that song.
It's one of my
remind
favorites.
me, do we round up or down?
You round in your favor.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. I think.
4
Yeah,
successes. All right.
Yep.
I've got 1 success. So you get 3 successes total.
Okay, so that would be 3 times 5 base.
Right.
If I'm right, that'd be 15
Right.
plus so 15 plus my strength and stamina, and then the 12. Oh god, I pressed the wrong button. So 15 plus 8 plus 8 plus 12. 43 damage.
How do you want to do this one?
I will do the same, but up through the
Up
groin.
through? Up right through the groin. You split this thing right straight in half, leaving half of its body as it slides apart, and either side goes to either side. It falls to the ground and does not turn to dust.
Hey, these guys are easy.
They're easy because you've got this holy weapon. Otherwise, they're completely immune to normal damage.
I know.
If in doubt, bring a priest.
Exactly.
And you have literally 1 more attack, and you can reach the one in front of Tahir.
Hang on. 1, 2. Have I got more movement left as
Well,
well?
no, but it's standing next to you.
So I won't get flanking then, but I can just swing in.
You can just swing at it.
Yeah, sure, why not?
You're at a minus 30 now.
Minus 30. So I need 53. 53 skill. That's a miss. 77.
Yep. So you go to swing at this thing. It kind of feels that you're swinging. It kind of sidesteps as the tip of your blade just misses its backside. All right, Tahir.
I'm going to enchant Ziggy's weapon. Which I do. Ooh, nice. It's 4 successes. So that's plus 14 damage, and it's going to last for 4 rounds. Zig?
Zig, make sure that you write that down, because I think we're going to end right after this combat. Because you guys are going to definitely go into a whole new level. Just write that down so we have that for next game session.
Just plus 10 to the attack, yeah?
Plus 10 to the attack, yeah.
Right. Okay.
And plus 12 damage or more?
And
Plus
plus
14
14
Plus
damage.
14 damage.
I got a good roll.
Good roll.
Last.
And 4 rounds.
Yep. And I'm going to use my movement action to invoke the Divine Presence.
All right.
Attempting to turn undead.
Okay.
Which I roll a 0-5 on. Can you crit on that?
You can crit on that, but it really doesn't matter at this point because it's a TS2. It doesn't really matter. You gain heroic luck, but you go ahead and tell me what you say.
There is much foul darkness in this place. I call upon the light of Alal to cleanse it. Get back to the shadows, fiends.
You shall not pass.
Exactly.
You do this, and you call upon the power of the law. Your hand begins to glow, and then it just stops glowing.
Yeah, they desecrated this place. Sweet. Okay, cool.
What else do you want to do? That was your full action.
I'm going to say we're going to need to move the bodies out of here before they regenerate.
They already have.
Yeah.
Surely they can't regenerate into pieces.
Oh, they can. Believe me. My theory, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what I've pieced together, is that they've used the dirt to somehow desecrate this place, and these beings are connected to it somehow. And that's why they haven't turned to dust when we've holy weaponed them in the face. So
it's holy ground.
It's on holy ground, basically, so we just need to move them out of here, I think, and they should dust. That's my theory.
It should be easy to move them.
Yeah, well, they're
Because,
regenerating.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
like I say, it should be easy to
Okay,
move
so
them.
you spend your
They're in
turn.
parts.
You spend your move or action saying we need to get these bodies out. after we've done what we can with them, correct?
Yeah.
All right, Ziggy, it is your turn.
Okay. Is the one still standing?
The one in front of Tahir is still standing.
We'll shoot him. Not doing a call shot, just doing a straight shot. Oh, that's what's the threat range on my handgun? Critical 1 to 10. Yeah, I got a 9.
Brilliant.
So it's a crit.
Nice.
It is a crit, but you do not get a heroic luck for that. Only an odd one throughout 5.
Ah, yeah.
Okay,
how about
that's good.
heroic looks? I got a critical, so I get a heroic look.
Okay, so that's a total of 5, 4, 3, 2. 5 successes to start with, plus 9 is 14 successes.
How do you want to do this?
Just going to shoot it straight in the eyeball and blow the back of its head out.
I couldn't have said it any better. It drops to the ground.
Ah,
Yeah, Bron was standing right behind it.
Good thing Braun wasn't standing right behind it.
He's in the arc of spray, though.
Yeah, so all 3 of these bodies, 2 are cleaved in half. 1 falls to the ground, crumbling. It does not dissipate into dust as you would expect normal undead to do.
Cool. I am going to grab.
Make a, because you're not aware of what you can do and can't do. I would suggest
Yeah.
making a divine knowledge check.
That's 2 successes.
Okay, so as you begin to, inspect the bodies, getting ready to move them, you start to remember your teachings, and you've heard of these creatures called ghasts, and they have been coined as half undead. They
Right.
are a supernatural creature that has completely been subdued and not really brought to life, but infected with negative energy, which kind of creates a new sort of undeath, but it's not really undead. They are often dressed in these torn and bloody clothes. If you're looking at these bodies, they're ashen gray, with loose skin hanging over their skeletal bodies. Their hands are almost torn to the point where the bone is exposed and the flesh itself is crusty and bloodied, like scabs that have been pulled over and over and over again. But they are not affected by divine or magical what's the word I'm trying to think of? Being dismissed. These are not undead in the way that you know undead.
So I couldn't turn them. That's why the turning failed. Because they can't
Well-
be turned.
That's
But
what you're thinking.
Does that mean that these things are dead? They're not regenerating currently.
They don't present as your standard undead. Everything that you've ever been taught about the undead, whether it is a skeletal creature or the most powerful Yaku, if you destroy them with holy or magical damage, they generally dissipate in one way or another. In some cases, it's blowing into dust. In other cases, it's just literally a wink out of existence. But
Okay,
these
I'll relay
creatures
this.
don't seem to do this. They're hideous humanoid creatures that just, yeah, they if there was a classification for creatures that you would know, these are definitely supernatural beings that are not undead.
Okay, cool.
It's most like negatively corrupted humanoids.
they're unalive.
Right. Well, they're not undead either, but they're not alive either. They're a weird kind of
Hybrid.
hybrid.
They're a corruption.
From what I know of the process of creating these, are these beings? Here's what my character cares about. Are they like pitiable? Like, would they have willingly chosen this, or is this something that would have been forced upon them?
This is something that would have been infected into them. Something that you could have been infected with.
Okay. In which case,
remembering-
say a prayer over each of their bodies, asking Alal to forgive them whatever sins that led them to this road and take them into his light.
Gain 3 philosophy points for that.
Thank you.
Zig, what were you going to say?
No, sorry, brain's gone now.
Okay.
Don't matter.
No matter. All right. Well, what we're gonna do for this session is I think this is a good stopping point right now. You guys have kind of got this one region filled out, and then we'll start going into the lower portions of whatever this is beneath the streets of the Durashiva, and what you thought was just a simple shrine of Elal has turned into be something so much more sinister, I think. And so we'll leave it there. So,
Is our
say-
plan to throw them out of this room so they decompose?
okay.
No, they should be fine. I
Okay.
think.
Anything else you guys want to do before we say goodbye?
Should we burn them? Or I
Oof.
don't know.
Maybe on the
Be
way back up.
dubious. I'll be dubious about setting fire to anything in here. There's not much place for smoke to escape. Could
On the
do
way
us
back
more
up,
harm.
we'll deal with them as we need to.
Mhm.
Thank you very much for the game.
Oh, no worries. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yes,
and
thank you very much.
everybody say goodbye.
It's fun.
Goodbye.
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 See you
Thanks
later.
for watching.
All right. So we are on our 3rd or 4th week of doing this. This has been awesome. I've been very, I don't want to say blessed because that's not the word. I've been fortunate to have the plot doctor, the out of print GM, and I'm gonna get this completely wrong. I know I am. The freelancer Blitz, because I want to call him freelance Blitzer, but it's freelancer Blitz, for joining me in this. Wasn't really a one shot, but it's definitely a small campaign to bring them into understanding Legends of Kralis. I thank all of you for hanging out with me and hanging out for us. And we will see you guys in 2 weeks. So at least this time there was no harsh lessons like don't shoot entities, which is always a positive thing. So until then, stay legendary, everybody.